So today I'm going to explain to you what exactly is compound interest, how it works, and how you can take advantage of it as if you were a complete beginner. In the world of investing, this is a very important concept to understand, so we're going to have a look at it with some practical examples as well. Hey guys, my name is Fyzee and this channel is about finance and investing. As usual, before we begin, this video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do some research on your own as well. Let's jump into it. So in short, compound interest is interest on interest, okay? It's really that simple, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye now. Okay, I'm kidding. So basically what it means is that the interest that you earn is essentially reinvested to earn more interest, basically, if that makes sense. And that's really the fundamental difference between simple interest and compound interest. So let me give you a simple example. Let's say that we start off with $10,000, just for simplicity's sake. It's a very round number. And let's say that you're investing that $10,000 for 2 years, just to make it nice and simple. And let's take an interest rate of 8%, which is roughly an average market return over the last couple of years, just to be conservative. So I've got my calculator on the screen right now, and we're going to do this example together. So let's start off with $10,000. And in the first example, we're going to do the compound interest example. So we're going to put in 10,000 and we're going to essentially increase this 10,000 by 8% for the first year. So if you were to do this, the investment total would be $10,800, which means that you've essentially made $800. In the second year, I will just press enter, and this will give us the overall investment value for the second year, which is going to be $11,664. So now if I minus the initial investment of $10,000, over those 2 years, essentially you've made about $1,664, right? Now we're going to contrast this with just a normal simple interest example. So let's have a look at that one. So I'm going to take the $10,000 once again, and I'm basically just going to multiply it by 8% for that 8% figure. So I'm going to go 0.08, and then I'm going to times this figure once again by 2 for the 2 years, and we're going to get a figure of 1,600. Now you can see that in the previous example for compound interest, we reached 1,664, but in this example, which is simple interest, we reached 1,600, which means that the previous example, which had compound interest, had an extra performance of $64. So that $64 is essentially the compound interest component. So you guys can really see that over the long term, that compound interest figure starts to really add up over time. Now it's important to note that this is just a very simplistic example. That 8% a year that we're talking about is theoretically the case that's been happening for the last, ever since the market started, roughly. But just keep in mind that that is just an average return. You won't be getting a return of 8% exactly every single year. Some years it might be 15%, some years it might be negative at maybe minus 10%, minus 5%, but overall, generally over the long term, that is kind of the projected interest rate that we use. You might see some other examples with people using 7%, 6%, even 10%, but I like to use 8% just to keep it pretty conservative. So basically, how investors are able to take advantage of the market returns is basically buying index funds or ETFs that track an index like the S&P 500 over in the US, or the ASX 200 or the ASX 300. These are basically indices that track the overall market, and you can buy ETFs that track this exact benchmark. Now, if you guys are looking to invest in the ASX, whether that be the ASX 200 or ASX 300, I've done a full video comparing every single ASX 200, 300 ETF out there. There should be a link in description, and there should be a link somewhere here as well. Go check that video out, because that video basically compares every single ETF for this category. I think it'll be pretty helpful. And secondly, if you're looking to invest in the US and you want to look at an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 or the American market, those two videos are linked in the description as well, and there should be a pop-up somewhere here as well, so go check it out. I think they're pretty important as well for the US market. Now, one more important thing to note is that with compound interest, it doesn't just apply to investments like stocks or shares, or basically shares or ETFs. It applies to savings accounts as well. And let's actually have a look at this example. So let's have the previous example of 10,000. And essentially, if your savings account is paying you, let's just say 1% a year, I'm basically just going to increase this investment by 1. And generally, your investment should go up by $100. And with savings accounts, basically the interest that you've earned can essentially be earning more interest for you as well. So I'll just press enter again, and you'll see that that extra $1 is due to that compounding effect. So you can see that obviously it's not a lot, because, well, we're only getting 1% of that savings account, which is why the primary reason for investing exists, which is to beat the savings accounts and to beat inflation, because Normally speaking, your savings account will not be beating inflation, and if you guys don't know how inflation works, basically our money loses value every single day, and on a yearly basis our money loses value by about 2 to 3% per year. So essentially we like to invest our money to get those returns and beat inflation. Now I really hope you guys understand this concept. If not, send me a comment or send me a DM, email, message me anywhere. I'm super accessible. Let me know and I'll explain it to you, and hopefully you can understand this. Now we often hear supposedly the quote from Albert Einstein that the compound interest is essentially the eighth wonder of the world, and you may have heard it so many times that it's probably starting to sound a bit annoying to you. Personally, it's starting to sound a bit annoying to me, but look, once you start to realize the power of this, you realize why people keep repeating this. So let's actually look at the power of compound interest. And I'm also going to try and explain to you guys why you should be starting to invest earlier in your life rather than later on. So let's just get into it. Now, I've got my compound interest calculator in front of me, so we're going to do this practical example on the compound interest calculator. I've linked this in the description as well. So basically with the initial deposit, we're going to start off with $0, assuming that you are not a basic investor, but you're a new investor who has no idea of how the markets work. So we're going to use $0. You basically have nothing invested right now. And we're going to start investing $100 per month, right? So I'll just put in $100 right here. Deposit frequency is going to be monthly. Essentially, you're putting away $25 a week to start investing. So as you guys can see, that's what I've put. The compound frequency is annually. And let's say that right now you are 20 years old and you're going to be investing for 40 years. So for the number of years, I'm going to just put 40 right here. And based on the interest rate, I'm going to put 8% just for that conservative return. So let's just put in 8% and let's see what we get based on the power of compound interest. So based on 40 years worth of investment, when you turn 60, your investment should be equaling about $310,000, which is going to give you a 6-figure net worth. How exciting is that? Okay, not that exciting, is it? Okay, it's really not that exciting. You've basically worked your whole life, 40 years, just to reach an overall investment amount of $300,000. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, it's better than nothing, but $300K for 40 years worth of work is really not that exciting. Don't worry guys, I completely get what you mean. I'm going to show you how we can make this work and how we can make that end figure very much exciting, and to make this process a lot exciting for you guys. Now guys, a good thing about life is the fact that who you were 5 years ago is completely different to who you are now, right? And part of that applies to jobs as well and experience as well. We're always learning, we're always acquiring new skills, and the job that you have right now may not always be the job that you're gonna have forever, unless you want to, right? So maybe your entry-level jobs consist of working at fast food. I started off in fast food as well, maybe retail or some sort of an admin entry-level job, and you might be earning very little, like $15 an hour. So if you're earning that much, you obviously are not gonna have too much money to invest every single month for your investments and your ETFs. But we also need to take into account the fact that you're not going to be working those types of jobs forever unless you want to. As you get more experience, you're going to level up, you're going to get more bonuses, higher salary, bigger pay bumps, maybe even commission, and you're going to really increase your earning potential over the course of your life, which will mean that you can start to invest more money. So in a better example, let's say that your $100 a month eventually turns into $500 a month worth of investment. So I'll just change this to 500. And after 40 years, the investment amount starts to look so much better. We can see that at the 40th year, the investment turns into 1.5 million. Now that's starting to look a lot more attractive to us because now it's actually looking towards a 7-figure figure. And let's say that during this investment journey, you start to love the process, you really believe in the power of compound interest, you start to lower some of your expenses, you start to maybe get a second job, start a side hustle, a side business, maybe some online surveys, online business, online sort of side hustles, and you can increase that 500 per month to, let's say, $1,000 a month, and this is where things start to get even more crazier and interesting. So if I change this to $1,000 a month, now the investment amount at 40 years is starting to look pretty nice at $3.1 million in total, which basically means that by the 27th year, you can have a portfolio of roughly 1.05 million, which starts to look so much better. And of course, it's obviously sounding a lot better than getting that amount at 40 years, of course. Now, if you're starting at 18, this is going to essentially ensure that you can retire at the age of 45. If not retire, you can start to maybe work part-time, do less hours, and have just more flexibility when it comes to this sort of stuff. And if you choose to retire at 45, it's sounding a lot better than retiring at 65, if you guys get what I mean. That is 20 years shaved off. And if you start to invest more money, you can get there sooner as well. Just for example's sake, let's say that we bump this up to $2,000 a month, and we can see that based on this current projection, we can see that we can reach a $1 million portfolio at roughly 19 years. So, if you add up 19 plus 18, you're gonna be 37 years old with $1 million in the bank as a portfolio, which is pretty exciting. And it's going to give you a lot more flexibility to do maybe less hours, maybe just not be too stressed about the future, and just be very calm. Now guys, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing right now, because I do like to be transparent, so you can hopefully get some motivation out of this as well. So currently, with my circumstances, they allow me to invest quite large amounts of money. So roughly right now, I'm investing roughly around $3,500 per month. So I'm going to just plug this figure right here. And based on those current sort of projections, I should be able to reach $1 million at the end of kind of 13 years roughly. And currently my investment strategy consists of mostly ETFs, a bit of individual stocks, and crypto as well for that diversification. So based on that, I should be able to increase my returns. And if we talk about increased returns, if I bump up the 8% to, let's say, 10%, an increase of just 2%, the figure that we can see starts to look really crazy really quickly. And based on these projections, I should be able to crack that $1 million mark by year 13. Currently, I'm 22, so that's essentially in 13 years, I'll be 35 hopefully when this should happen. So it's very exciting to see. And the other thing is, these projections don't really take into account my current portfolio that I've built up already over time. And of course, over those 13 years, that portfolio is going to be compounding over time too. So that's just a bit of a bonus on top. So of course, this is very exciting stuff. And I just wanted to say that a lot of it is based on historical projections, based on the interest rates, not the interest rates, but obviously the market returns and whatnot. So just keep in mind that the results are going to vary. Past performance cannot really dictate future performance, but we do know for a fact that having money in the savings account is going to lose money over time for sure. So investing is one of the ways that we can grow our wealth over time. So guys, enough about theory. Let's talk more practically about how you can get started. So based on the first example, if you're only looking to invest about $100 a month, going with a full service broker like NabTrade, ComSec, or even Perla may not be the best option, because you can only invest roughly $500 as a minimum into those brokerages, which the fee is going to be $19.95 or $9.50, which is really going to eat into your returns. So it may be a good idea to look into micro investing apps like Spaceship, ComSec Pocket, or Raise. Now, micro investing apps basically allow you to invest little amounts of money into your investments. So basically you can start to invest with as little as $5, and these apps can also round up your transactions, which makes saving and investing very easy, and it's targeted towards beginners as well. Now, out of all these options, I personally like Spaceship, but you can check out those other options as well. And if you need some help, I've done a full video comparing all three apps as well. There should be a link somewhere here as well. Go check that video out. That video basically compares everything in terms of fees and their offerings. It's a very in-depth video, so go check it out. Link in bio as well. But let's say that you're going to be investing a lot more than just $100 per month, then you may want to look at a proper full service broker. Once again, this is not financial advice. Please do some research on your own. If you're looking for a broker, I would recommend Perla, because that broker is recommended for long-term investors. Not really recommended, but it is made for those long-term investors who want to buy and hold for the long term. Currently, I'm using a mix of Self-Wealth and Perla. They both are Chess sponsored, and they have fees of $9.50 per trade. Flat fees, so it's very simple, very easy to use. Perla is just made for those long-term investors. If you want to go check it out, there should be a link in bio for both those two brokers. Basically, with Self-Wealth, you can get 5 free trades, and with Perla, you can get 1 free trade as well. Both are affiliate links, so just do keep that in mind. Now, this video is absolutely not sponsored, but I wish it was. But these apps are just very good to use. I've been using them for quite a while now, and I've had a very good experience. So hopefully, guys, now you understand the power of compounding and why it's so important to start investing early. If you have any questions, send me an email, send me a DM, comment, let me know, and I'll get back to you for sure. Now, if you're looking to micro invest, check out this video which compares all three apps for Raise, Spaceship, and CompSec Pocket. And this video is a full tutorial on how to buy shares using Self-Wealth. This is basically made for beginners. It goes through everything in a very basic sense. So go check it out. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. Now you understand the power of